Good day, students! I am Ma'am Denise Ann Mariano Martinez, your math teacher for today. Today, I'm going to discuss about factoring polynomials. And at the end of the lesson, you are expected to factor completely different types of polynomials, specifically polynomials with common monomial factor, difference of two squares, sum or difference of two cubes, perfect square trinomials, and general trinomials. Let us start this lesson by describing factoring polynomials or defining factoring polynomials. Factoring polynomials is a process of writing a polynomial as a product of two or more other polynomials. And a polynomial is said to be prime if it cannot be written as the product of two other polynomials except one and negative 1. In this case, a polynomial is said to be factored completely. Ibig sabihin, hindi na maifa-factor pa ang polynomial kung ito ay prime. Okay, let us start with polynomials with common monomial factor. If we multiply a polynomial to a polynomial, we will use the process of distributing a monomial to each term of the polynomial. So here is the example. Process of distributive property is applicable for this one. If we have 3x plus 3y, then the common monomial factor of 3x and 3y is 3. Therefore, the factors of 3x plus 3y is 3 times the quantity of x plus y.
Let's say, for example, we have 15x squared, y cubed, minus 10x cubed, y. Okay, so first, let us find the GCF of the numerical coefficient 15 and 10. Okay, so think of the greatest common factor o yung tinatawag natin na GCF. Okay, isip tayo ng multiples of 15 and 10 na pinakamataas. Again, divisible by 15 and 10 na pinakamataas. Kaya tinatawag na greatest common factor. Okay, so if your answer is 5, that is correct because 5 is a factor 15 and also a factor of 10. Okay, next, let us find now the greatest common factor of the literal coefficients. So let us first identify the literal coefficient x squared and x cubed. Okay, so the greatest common factor, or let us factor those, x times x, and this one is x times x times x. Okay, so if that's so, x squared is the greatest common factor of x squared and x cubed, or simply kunin mo lang yung mas mababang exponent, which is lower 2 or 3. Of course 2. Ayan. And then y, sabi ko nga kanina, kunin mo lang yung lower exponent, which is lower 3 or 1. Of course, 1. So y lang. Ayan. So the GCF of 15x squared y cubed minus 10x cubed y is 5x squared y. Okay, now, so this one is the first factor of this one. Okay, now let us divide 15x squared y cubed minus 10x cubed y to this one so that we can identify the other factor. Okay, again, let us divide 15x squared y cubed minus 10x cubed y by the first factor, 5x squared y. Okay, now let us divide 15 divided by 5, that is 3. Okay, and then x squared divided by x squared, that is 1. So, technically, 3 times 1 is 3. So, hindi na natin ilalagay yung 1. Kasi multiply din naman siya dito sa 3. Next, y raised to 3 over y. Y raised to 3 over y, or divided by y. When we subtract exponent, on the loss of exponent, we have to subtract. Again, when we divide exponents, yan, according to the loss of exponent, we have to subtract 3 and 1. So, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So, y squared. Next, 10x cubed y divided by 5x squared y. So, we have negative 2. 3 minus 1, that is 1. So, x lang. And then, cancel y. Okay, nothing else. So, these are the factors of 15x squared y cubed minus 10x cubed y. Yan. So, these are the factors. 5x squared y and 3y squared minus 2x. Okay, let us now proceed with this one. 5m minus 7n plus 2p. Do they have literal coefficient and numerical coefficient? Okay, let us examine. We have 5, negative 7, and 2. Do they have GCF? None. Okay, how about M, N, and P? Do they have GCF? None. Okay, if this happens, 5n minus 7n plus 2p is called prime polynomial. Okay, since we are done factoring polynomials with common monomial factor, let us now proceed with factoring difference of two squares. The expression is a difference of two squares if it follows the given condition. The first condition is the two terms are perfect squares. So let us examine. 4x squared is the first term and negative 25 is the second term. Okay, are they perfect square? Okay, 4 is a perfect square, x squared is also a perfect square. Why? Because x times x is x squared. Here, 2 times 2 is 4. How about this? 25. So, 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so that is the first condition. How about the second condition? There is a minus sign between two terms. Ayan, so subtraction yung sign sa gitna ng dalawang term. Therefore, this one is a perfect square or a perfect square polynomial. A perfect square binomial. Okay. Now, let us factor this. Okay, so we all know that the product of the sum and difference of binomial is a perfect square binomial. So, vice versa or kabaliktaran, ang factors ng perfect square binomial ay sum and difference of binomials. Okay, so let's get the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2x. Yan. Next, how about the factors of 25? What is the square root of 25? 5. Okay, 5. And then, sum and difference. Okay, let us now check kung tama yung sagot natin na factors nitong perfect square binomial is a sum of difference of binomial. So let us check by using FOIL method. By using FOIL method, 2x times 2x, that is 4x. How about 2x times negative 5, that is negative 10x. Okay, let us proceed with this one. 5 times 2x, that is positive 10x. And that is positive 10x. And then 5 times negative 5, that is negative 25. Then 4x, negative 10 plus 10x, that is 0. Okay, so let us eliminate those. Minus 25 is the same with the given above. Okay, therefore, the factors of 4x squared minus 25 is 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. Okay, let us now proceed with factoring sum or difference of two cubes. Let's say, for example, we have 8x cubed plus 1. Okay, so this one will serve as a pattern. Yan, the factors a plus minus b times a squared minus plus ab plus b squared. Okay, first get the cube root of the first and second term. What is the cube root of 8? The cube root of 8 is 2 because 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. Okay, how about the cube root of x? Of course, x cube. Of course, x. Okay, so this one is the cube root of the first term. How about the cube root of the second term? The cube root of 1 is, of course, 1, positive 1. Because 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Okay, so this one is the first factor. We already have the a plus minus b. So this one is the first factor. Let us now proceed with the second factor. To get the second factor, first, get the square of the first term of the binomial factor. So ito yung tinatawag nating binomial factor. Again, get the square of the first term. So the square of 2x, that is 4x squared. Okay, for the second one, get the additive inverse of the product of two terms of the binomial. So product of 2x and 1. Okay, so the product of 2x and 1, 2x times 1, that is 2x. And the additive inverse of 2x is negative 2x. Ibig sabihin, inverse ng addition. Kaya tinatawag na additive inverse. Kaya dito, meron tayong sign na negative positive. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, kabaliktaran ng symbol dito sa umpisa, which is positive, negative. Again, the additive inverse of 2x is negative 2x. Okay, how about the last term or the third term? Get the square of the last term of the binomial factor. So the square of 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so we have positive 1. And these are the factors of 8x cubed plus 1.
Please be guided by the weekly home learning plan. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and God bless us all.